Hey guys, it's me the Mayor again, and today we have the ASAI 1 Pro 45, imported by Magnum Research Incorporated, a 45 caliber pistol marketed towards law enforcement and civilians alike. The ASAI 1 Pro 45's history is shrouded in a little bit of mystery, but here I am to clear things up a little bit. Martin Tuma designed the 1 Pro 45 in 1996 for the Advanced Small Arms Industry, or ASAI as it's known, in Solothurn, Switzerland. Now, primarily it was pushed for the law enforcement market. The 9mm version was for the European nations, and the 45 caliber was for the American states. Now, the price point at the time when it was actually imported into the States in '98 was around $649. A little bit pricey, so it was overshadowed by the Glock 45, 1911s that were already in stock, and the SIG 220, which was a the ASAI 1 Pro 45 had a lot of contenders and ultimately lost out to many, if not all, law enforcement markets. So what they had to do was that all of the first runs that they had made for the law enforcement market, they had to start selling them towards the civilian defensive market in the United States and other countries that permitted, self-defense uses with firearms. I'm pretty sure that many of my viewers have noticed that this pistol takes a liking to the CZ75 style of design. You have the slide release here, decocker right here, magazine release, and then the typical button style release, and the slide is a lot smaller. Now the slide has these really cool like diamonds on them, or like little raised bumps, and you can grab onto it a lot easier to pull the slide back and forth. I really like that design. Also the rear sight, you can use it to snag on to a table, or the end of a table, or even your pants if you want to do some one-handed cocking, which is a really cool design. And it actually, just the aesthetics alone, I kind of like this better than the CZ75 design. Now, this pistol is a lot closer to the Spinks 2000 and Spinks 3000 series of pistols, which are also made in Switzerland, because the Spinks pistols actually use a different type of barrel locking mechanism. Now, a lot of people on the internet and a lot of people on forums have said that only about 1,000 of these were imported into the United States, and that's completely false. The actual number imported is around 6,000. 6,000, it seems like a big number on paper, but to be honest, 6,000 is not too many when we have a lot more people in the United States as a whole. Now, my model is serial number 1127, so it's one of the earlier models. The later models, around the 2000 plus mark, next to the ASAI in the front, they have 2 plus signs, almost like the medical plus signs. They look like 2 big red pluses, but they're just superimposed with this bronze type of font, and it actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. A fully loaded 1 Pro 45 will weigh around 2.9 to 3 pounds. Now, a lot of that weight comes from the actual material that the pistol is made out of. The pistol is made from chromium nickel molybdenum steel. It's very heavy for what it is, but it was the strongest steel that they figured they could use for the weight in the metal injection molding process. Pretty much the slide and the frame are made from MIM processes. Here, there we go, got it into focus there. You can see the little grain, there's like little bubbles in the unfinished area on the pistol. That little grain is a telltale sign of the MIM process. Now, MIM, when done correctly, is very strong, and it's used in pretty much 90% of firearms today. It's like a casting process, but it uses a very high temperature, and it pretty much has no imperfections when the final product is done. Now, this process may have caused an issue with this pistol, which I will talk about later, and it's a very big concern that probably led to the downfall of the 1 Pro 45 being as popular as it is today. The 1 Pro 45 holds 10 rounds of 45 caliber ammunition in the magazine. Now, the iron sights on this pistol are actually pretty nice. It should have a 3-dot setup, but the front dot was, I guess, over time or age, or solvents have gotten into the front sight, and it took out the little white dot. But you can clearly see the two white dots in the back. Now the back sight is a lot taller than the front sight. That's how the pistol sighted in, and when I was firing it at the range, it was actually not too shabby. It shot very well, and we will get to the shooting portion here in a second. Here I am shooting the One Pro 45. Now the single action trigger breaks around 2 pounds. It's extremely light for a 45 caliber pistol, almost too light in my opinion. The double action breaks at 5 pounds, which is very, very light for a double action. The failure that was encountered was either A, due to my thumb riding up on the slide release, or B, a warning sign of things to come. All in all, the pistol shot great. The trigger pull was excellent, and the handling was very, very excellent. The heavy weight of the pistol kept recoil down to a minimum. Switzerland, we have a problem. The pistol has failed during the testing for this review. With the lug sheared off from the bottom of the barrel, the pistol will not operate normally whatsoever. Now, as you've witnessed on video, a catastrophic failure did occur with the One Pro 45. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what happened. Line up the slide mark with the edge of the frame, push on the slide release, pull up until it snaps. See, the barrel just pretty much came out there. Slide everything forward, and there is the pistol disassembled. Right here, where the barrel tilts, the tilting mechanism is what was destroyed. That tilting lug was just sheared off completely from the force of that 45 caliber recoil. Now this groove, the slide release pin right here, the groove actually fits in between that pin, and that's what causes the barrel to move up and back into position during recoil to unlock the chamber from the barrel. It's sad to say, but the materials used in making the One Pro 45 definitely were its ultimate downfall. I'm pretty sure that a lot of law enforcement agencies try out this pistol, and horrible things may have occurred later on down the line. Now, not to say that they probably had some really good examples of these pistols, you know, passed with flying colors, but I think that bad quality control may have been the ultimate downfall for the ultimate reason why the One Pro 45 is not available today. Here's the guide with the spring. It won't even fit back into the pistol anymore because this small lug that broke off will not keep that spring in line. That is the original position, you know, typical of like a Glock or a SIG. It's just that that small little metal piece just gave out from stress or imperfection or some type of, you know, random occurrence. But in reality, you know, many people that have this pistol, I definitely recommend to y'all, keep the pistols in a safe. Do not fire them. I don't see this as being safe, and definitely you cannot find any type of parts whatsoever, so any type of collector's value will be negated if you have a catastrophic failure such as this. Now, reassembly of the pistol goes as follows. First, you put the barrel in the slide, push the barrel backwards until it locks into the locking lug, push in your recoil spring. Now here it won't actually, the guide and the spring will not stay in, it actually just pops out. You're going to slide the slide back on the full length rails. It has full length rails on the slide itself, which is really nice actually. Slide it all the way. And now you'll see a little hole show up when it gets back into that position right there. See that little hole right there? This lines up right with that hole. and it locks back down, but it's more difficult because the spring is not holding the barrel in line. But there it is back and assembled. Well, there you have it. The ASAI 1 Pro 45, in my experience, has been pretty horrid. I know that accidents do happen, but I really wish that this really awesome pistol would have stayed in one piece, or at least as a functioning unit, so that way I could keep it in my collection. It points really great. It has a good feel. It's a little bit heavy, of course, at like around 3 pounds fully loaded, but I mean, it feels so solid, and you know, very good tolerances. But in the end, it's just that bad quality control was the ultimate doom for this collector's pistol. Now, recently on Gunbroker, I saw one of these functioning ASAI 1 Pro 45s. Now, it had a lot of scratches on it. Tons of scratches all over the place. Somebody had kept it in a sock drawer or something, but it went for about 2,000 United States dollars back in 2014. Is this a collectible? Yes. Only so many of them were brought into the United States. So I beg of you and I urge you, subscribers and viewers, do not fire this pistol, because there is a chance that something can go very wrong with it, and then you will lose out with your investment, or your safety might be endangered. So, in the end, it is not safe to fire this pistol, in my general opinion. Alright guys, well, that's the Mayor. Definitely, thanks for watching. If you like this video, definitely leave me a like. Say, Mayor, you know what? I like your reviews. They're awesome, they're precise, they're on point, good history, good explanation. And if you didn't like this video, dislike my video. Say, you know what, Mayor? You're breaking your knives, and then now you're breaking guns. What are you doing here, man? Definitely, just dislike the video. If you dislike or like the video, leave a comment in the comment box below. The comments, they tell me if I'm doing good or if I'm doing bad. Leave me a great comment like, Mayor, I love you. I love your videos. They're awesome. Or you could even say like, hey, you need to improve on a couple of things, and you've missed a couple of things about the 1 Pro 45 that, you should know. Definitely, guys and gals, subscribe. When you subscribe, you get all the cool Mayor Fuglycool videos straight to your computer, straight to your smartphone, your tablet, your mom's computer, your dad's, plasma TV. Definitely, it'll help y'all guys over here, the viewers, get all of the cool Mayor Fuglycool action straight to you. Alright guys, well, definitely, it's been a fun experience. I really wish that this pistol would be functioning, and definitely I shed a little bit of a tear, a small, tiny sliver tear when it happened, but I wanted everybody to know the truth and the ultimate reality and history of the 1 Pro 45. Alright guys, well, that's the Mayor. Thanks for watching.